So Kelebogile, on your side, so we just spoke to a young person, giving us his perspective as a young person. But you've been heavily vested in the tech and 4IR space, and you've worked intensely with young people. What do you suggest for young entrepreneurs out there on how they should take opportunities forward and how they can leverage information such as the publication? One of them, Apua also has alluded to say, look at the publication and see what are the small things that you can take and start moving from that. So from the perspective of a person who's worked with young people, what is it that you would like to share with them in terms of how can they move forward?
Thank you, Dr. J. And I'm not even gonna try to put my video on since the network is being nice to me, so.
That's okay.
I think, in fact, can we just also just share the link for the publication, because I think now would be a good time, since we are referring to it, that people are aware of it and can just register and download it for themselves and find out all the good works that has been done, so much interviews that have been collected, information that has been put together in such an awesome publication. So, I mean, over the past years where I've worked with so many entrepreneurs, and the drone world for me also opened up like about 4 years ago, when I was helping startups that were interested in the drone technology, that challenged me now to start finding out more about the space. And that's when we crossed paths with the like of Victor, who is doing Mzansi Aerospace, and I think Gift and Queen were some of the entrepreneurs that were in my fold at the time. And just looking at what are other opportunities that drones present. And that came into a build-up of what we now recognize as the Drone Council South Africa. But the question is, from your side, from entrepreneurs' point of view, what can they do? How can they do? I think we're living in really exciting times now, where everything seems to be such a click away. 4IR, in as much as it all looked very scary and gloomy when it was approaching, and thanks to COVID-19, we were pushed right into the end of it, has taught us to be able to find things much more easily, to interact with the unknown. And as a result, I am seeing a whole lot more startups taking advantage of the space. Drone technology was something that was so far out, and not too many startups, and particularly Black startups from the previously disadvantaged areas, being interested in, because it was information that was not necessarily freely getting through to them. I like saying when people don't know what they don't know, and that was the case. So there is platforms called business incubators, where there's like a bridge, for lack of a better expression, to assist entrepreneurs to get into the space. I saw someone here was saying, how do we wear enterprise development platforms and spaces? And we were saying Mzansi Aerospace is one of those, and she was saying, but I got kicked out. Well, I did not get accepted because I was not youth. But there's still an opportunity to get involved. I'm sure post the intake that they were doing separately, you can still be in the fold, or you can join other programs. We've recently just ran Drone Diva program, funded by the Gute Institute, and Inspire Africa was our service provider that was providing the training over 3 months. It was quite intense, and I see Simon has also given a highlight of what they do here. It's coding, 3D printing. It is literally amazing. We had 21 young women that were participating there. And in the next 3 days, we're gonna turn that skill and challenge them to get into entrepreneurship, and see how they can turn that skill that Inspire Africa has instilled in them to turn it into a potential business. Now that they've been exposed to the drone technology, how can they take that skill and turn it into a business? So there really, honestly, is so much when one takes the time to research, just a desktop research, go on the internet and find out what, first of all, obviously you need to understand what tickles your fancy. And from there, just investigate who is playing in that space and how can you be assisted to go a further mile from there. And I've really seen how business incubation programs works. And I'll give you examples of the likes of Gift and Queen, who came there and they were really frustrated. They didn't really know how to do what, there was no value chain because you're only now creating the drone technology value chain in South Africa. And post that, they got referred to one program after the other, and now they're flying and making their inroads, you know. So take time out, find out, get the latest publications, research, follow various people, and like Dr. J was saying, Kim and them are doing Women in Drone every Tuesday and Thursday, and it's awesome. So join various platforms, and yeah, there's a lot that can be achieved.